what did I do to deserve this? You know, any kind of love to even give myself. I'm very much a giver, so I depleted my my stash. She ended up turning into this like Mother Mary figure. Like, I did not do that on purpose, and this is what happened. And I noticed when I'd stop painting, I wouldn't feel good, and then when I would paint, I would feel better. I would stop painting, I wouldn't feel good, and when I would, more things would come to me, and it's almost like I'm not going to tell you the whole story of my life, I guess, so I'm going to try to cut it a little bit shorter. I'll start with the one painting. So I decided to do a painting of my muse, which is Tosca, my sister's daughter. It's very beautiful. And I imagined, like a hole in the heart representing the pain in the chest area. At that time was when I had, I felt dead inside. I was completely emptied out of any kind of love to even give myself. I'm very much a giver, so I depleted my my stash. So what happened was, I started painting it, and I wanted it to be a bit romantic and her to be in like a foresty area. I was thinking, okay, I'm going to do oils, and I took pictures of this, so I will show you as I worked on them. And she ended up looking like a Little Red Riding Hood because I had put a red cape on her. And then I'm like, oh my god, I don't want her to go wear a Riding Hood or like the Illuminati kid. So then I just kept working on it, and then she turned into me, and I covered one of her eyes because of the shame of my eye. I mean, I don't know if you could tell. It's very difficult to tell. But I still have problems with my eye. You can probably see it when I blink and stuff. But what happened was, I mean, I'm not going to show you straight on. It's very embarrassed. I don't know why. I'm very embarrassed about it. But I did have three operations. The last one, I heard stitches undo and felt stitches undo. I could cry for help anyways. It's very hard. So I decided, you know what, I got to move on. I got to move out. I got things to do. I got to work. Anyway, so I was painting my series because this is very important to me to have this series of my heart growing flowers, because only I could fill that void. I mean, this is something that is so spiritual, and I want to share it because it happened. I wanted to die. I couldn't even like get up to myself is how much I wanted to. And I hate to say those words, but I'm not gonna deny that was not on my mind. It was definitely on my mind. That's why I wasn't moving. And then all of a sudden, it was like I had this vision of these paintings. And playing with my dog. And so what happened was, she ended up turning into this like Mother Mary figure. Like, I did not do that on purpose. I don't know. Being in Toronto in the arts circle for years, they very much hated Catholics. I mean, there are a lot of artists, obviously, that need to express of what they went through, and a lot of them had been molested by priests and stuff, and I didn't know this, and I was in that circle, and you people don't talk about their religion, but they all talk about how much, Catholics did this, Catholics did that, Satanism, which is anti-Christian. It's very hard for me to hear it, because even though I'm not a big Catholic girl, I still feel like I have to defend. It's like defending your nationality almost. It's like I could say something bad about my father, but you can't say anything bad about my father. It's kind of like that. Obviously there's ignorance in that too, but I ended up creating this piece that symbolized, I'm thinking of what all of that means in the Gnostic traditions and in the esoteric world. And it's almost like I noticed that every time I would stop painting, like maybe I didn't know what I was going to do, because it was really like a learning curve for me also with oils. and I wanted, you know, to be a bit more modern. I didn't want to just do like a portrait of a woman with flowers in her heart. I also wanted it to portray some kind of geometric shapes and lights and sparkles. I don't know, that's what I was thinking, more modern, contemporary, graphic-y a bit. And this is what happened. And I noticed when I'd stopped painting, I wouldn't feel good. And then when I would paint, I would feel better. I would stop painting, I wouldn't feel good. And when I would, more things would come to me. And it's almost like the subconscious woman, the subconscious Mother Mary, the idea of Mother Mary that I read in the Sophia Code had like come into my subconscious mind and was working through me, through healing me. I mean, that's how I saw it. Was like the art was healing me. The art piece was healing me. And I got through it. And that's all I can say. Let's see if I could say anything else that's very deep. If there is, I will add it later. Right now I'm talking physical stuff. I have to get back into the emotional. It is very transitional for me. Yeah, so that's what that piece is about. It's kind of like my icon for the whole series. It was my first piece, and she's called Mary's Labyrinth of Tears. She represents all the tears of, I guess, 1,000 roses, right? It's like the tears of the people. And when they think of her, I mean, this is kind of how I read it now. When they think of her, or when they feel that stillness, that love of yourself that you have, we all have it. We have the seed inside us. It grows, and it, you know, when you get that kind of like that warm fuzzy feeling, it grows and it grows, and it heals our cells. I'm not saying my eye's gonna go back. That's not the kind of healing that I think will happen, although I would want that. I do want that. I'm talking about hate, the mistreatment, the unjustly treated, what's the words? Like mistreated by the world, you know? It's like, what did I do to deserve this? You know? And it ends up taking you through the shadow of yourself. And that's, I'll talk about that next one because it's a bit long, and I think I'm done talking for today about this. But that's when I started researching about healing your shadow self, because if you don't know what that is, it's very, very intriguing. Your shadow self is the one that helps you grow. It's the one that gives you contrast. It's the one that brings you down too. So if you don't face it, you don't get up. You have to take responsibility. So anyways, it's a whole other thing. I kind of got into it now, but I will get into it next time. And this is my doggy. This is my doggy. Lasha, drop it, drop it. I'm back in my studio to finish it off. I wanted to show you the piece next to me with and yeah, so the idea of the flowers came around right during COVID, and everything was doom and gloom, and the only thing I could do, my father was dying, and it was terrible. I was all alone here in the boonies, and the beautiful boonies of Italy, but my situation was like that. I'm sure a lot of people suffer too, and I noticed that flowers would bring me joy, like total joy. I'm sure it has to do with their beauty and their colors. I see them like still butterflies blowing in the wind, moving in the wind, and they all have little insects that come and visit them, like bees. butterflies and hummingbirds. And I don't know, it just brought me back to my center again. And her tears are the tears of all the trials and tribulations. All get lost and come back through the labyrinth of life and come back to her heart to then seed. It has the seed. It grows, and we all have this inside of us. Everybody, even you. So if you're interested in purchasing the piece, please let me know. It would be a reminder to you of overcoming dark nights or overcoming trials and tribulations of life and succeeding. Let me know in the comments, and please like and subscribe. I hope you like my first real video. In the future, I plan to also be interviewing other artists that I like and respect, that I know for now, more or less. So, teach you how to make some coffees, alitali, and some drinks. Okay? Okay, bye. See you in the ethers.